Okay, here we're going to look at how we can clear out the fractions in an equation. And what I'm about to show you is key anytime you have an equation, ever really, that's got fractions in it. So solving this equation would be a piece of cake, except for this fraction 3/4 right here and this fraction 3/8. So what I like to do is anytime I have an equation that has a fraction anywhere, is I'll write all terms as a ratio or as a fraction. So like this one already has the 3/4. The -5 I'm going to write as -5/1, just so I can see the fraction, and then I have 3/8. So the first most important thing that you're going to want to do is get the LCD, or the lowest common denominator of all the fractions you have in the entire equation. So here I just have a denominator of 4, 1, and 8. The lowest common denominator of 4, 1, and 8 is just 8, right? So if the LCD is 8, all I'm going to do is, as my second step, is multiply all terms by the LCD. So this is what it's going to look like. I'm going to multiply this first term by 8. And when I multiply by 8, I'm really multiplying by 8/1, right? It's not 1/8, it's 8/1 to get the number 8. I'm also going to multiply this term by 8/1, and I'm going to multiply this term by 8/1, okay? Everything in the equation has to get multiplied by 8 in order to keep everything balanced. Now, the reason why I'm multiplying everything by 8, and it looks really confusing right now, is so that I can wipe out all of the denominators. So for example, when I multiply this first term by 8, 4, this denominator divides into 8 twice. So I can cancel 4 into 8 and be left with just a 2 in the top. Now, what I have to do to finish off this first term now is to multiply 2 times 3 times x. Well, 2 times 3 is 6, and then I copy down the x. So that term just cleans up into 6 times x. Over here in this second term, I can't cancel the 1 into the 8, right? There's no denominators here. So effectively, all I'm going to do is multiply 5 times 8 to get 40. So it's going to be minus 40 equals. And now over here, I can divide 8 into 8. Those cancel out completely, and I'm only left with 3. So that cleans up really pretty quickly into a nice simple equation that I can solve with a couple more steps. So I'm going to add 40 to both sides, and I end up with 6x equals 43. Then I'm going to divide everything by 6, and I get x equals 43/6. Now, I can't divide a 6 into 43, 2 into 43, or a 3 into 43. So this is going to be my final fractional answer. So the key is find the LCD, then multiply all terms by that LCD. And if you do that correctly, you're at this step right here, there should be no more fractions. If you still have a fraction, you may not have picked the LCD. Once you multiply everything by the LCD, you're going to get a nice simple linear equation where all the coefficients are integers. Thank you for watching. Good luck.